Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. How are you? I'm sure that you all fine. And you read the notes about the recorded speech last week. Today we are back to continue with the revision. And before starting, I would like to come back on some important element while dealing with the recorded speech. I mean direct and indirect speech. Last time we said that in the direct speech we have the words of the speaker without any change. And the very word of the speaker are put in the inverted comma. And the indirect speech, also called the recorded speech, the inverted comma disappears. And many changes take place in this case. As far as the changes are concerned, we talked about change of pronouns, change of tenses, and change of adverbs. And last time, we worked on change of tenses and change of adverbs. And today, we are going to continue with change of pronouns. Now, when you have an exercise about reported speech, it means you are given a sentence into direct speech to turn into indirect speech. There are some important elements that you have to take into account, which are, first, you pay attention to the reporting verb. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, then you are going to change the tense of the verb that we have in the inverted comma. But when the reporting verb is in present tenses, I mean simple present, present progressive, present perfect, and present perfect progressive. And in the future tenses, we don't change the tense of the verb that we have in the inverted comma. And the last element is when it is the general truth, I mean the universal truth, there is no change of tenses. Okay, I'm sure that there is no problem, and today we are going to continue with the change of pronouns. But as far as change of pronouns is concerned, last time we said DS mean direct speech and IS mean indirect speech. Okay, what we have here is a direct speech, and here we have the change in the indirect speech. I in the direct speech becomes he or she. You becomes you. It depends on the situation. You can also become I or we. He or she, no change. It, no change. We becomes they. Me becomes him or her. Him, we don't change it. Her, no change. His, no change. Us becomes them. Them. My becomes his or her. Your becomes your. We can also have our or my. There, no change. There, its and its. Now, we continue. Now we are going to tackle the word properly speaking. I mean, the recorded speech, reporting of statements. Reporting of statements. When I say reporting of statement, I mean affirmative sentence. Direct speech. Direct speech. An example. My friend said. My friend said, I will celebrate. I will celebrate my birthday. I will celebrate my birthday tomorrow. I will celebrate my birthday tomorrow. That is what my friend said. Now, indirect speech. As already said, before reporting what someone else has said, it is very important to pay attention to the reporting verb. And we said that when the reporting verb is in past, then we can change the tense of the verb in the inverted comma. Yeah, my friend said, the reporting verb is said, the verb is in the past tense. Now, what is the tense of the verb in the inverted comma? I will celebrate. I will celebrate is in future. When you refer to the change of tenses, we said that the simple future becomes present conditional. And yeah, we talked about change of pronouns. I becomes what? He or she. Now, in the indirect speech, you should have my friend. My friend said that. Now, I becomes what? He would celebrate. He would celebrate his birthday. His birthday. The following, when you read well the notes, tomorrow becomes the following day. The following day. Another example, direct speech. Direct speech, another example. Effie informed me. Now, inverted comma. I went to Anglais, for instance. I went to Anglais 2 weeks ago. That is what Afi said. Into indirect speech, as I said it, you pay attention to the reporting verb. Afi informed me. Informed is in past. Then we are going to change the tense of the verb in the inverted comma. What is the tense of the verb? Went. Went is the past of to go. Now, Afi in the indirect speech, Afi informed me that. Who is the speaker? The speaker is Afi. Then I becomes what? She. That she. Now, change of tenses. Instead of past becomes past perfect. She had gone to Anglais. She had gone to Anglais. Is there any other possibility of changes? Yes. We say 2 weeks ago. When you go back to your notes, Go back to your notes. Change of adverbs and others. Ago becomes before. Then Afi informed me that she had gone to Anglais 2 weeks before. 2 weeks before. A third example, and I will close with the reporting of statements. The man said. The man said. The man said. I have already finished the work. I have already finished the work. Indirect speech. The man said, past tense. We are going to change the tense of the verb in the inverted comma. I have already finished. Present perfect. According to the notes, change of tenses. The present perfect becomes past perfect. Then we have finally, the man said that he had finished already finished the work. He had already finished the work. That the new element, present perfect, becomes past perfect. Then I have to underline the element before, yes, the different change that took place. Okay. Here we have he would celebrate. Now the following day, tomorrow becomes the following day. Now we finish with the reporting of statements or reporting of an affirmative sentence. We continue with the reporting of, next point, reporting of questions. Reporting of questions. Now, in English, we have two types of questions. We have first what we call the yes or no question. Yes or no question, also called questions with auxiliaries. What does it mean? When you have a question and the answer to that question should be yes or no, or the question is started with the auxiliary. Then, how do we report this type of question? Number one, yes or no question. Yes or no question. Yes or no question. And I said we call it also question with the auxiliaries. In the case of question, we have some verbs. We use verbs in the case of questions. In the case of questions, we use verbs. We use verbs such as demand. Sorry, to demand. To ask. Very often we come across to ask. To ask. Wanted to know. Wanted to know. Etc. There are many verbs that I would like to stop Close one. Now, how to report a question? Yes or no question? Example, direct speech. Example for yes or no question. The boy asked a fee. The boy asked a fee. Are you married? Are you married? That's the question. Now, in the indirect speech, how are you going to report it? The boy asked a fee if she, the inverted comma disappeared. She was married. Now, I would like to draw your attention on these elements. While reporting yes or no question, we note while reporting yes or no question, while reporting yes or no question, comma, if is inserted as you notice here before the inverted comma. We insert here if or whether. If we can insert if or whether. Another example. Direct speech. Although asked his friend. Will you go to the party? Tomorrow? And into indirect speech. Always pay attention to the reporting verb. When the reporting verb is in past, you change the tense of the verb that you have in the inverted comma. Then the tense of the verb here is in simple future. Then Kojo asked his friend if, as I said it, after the introductory verb, we insert if. If he, the simple future becomes present conditional. How do we find the present subject plus would plus verb? If he would go to the party the following day. Okay. The last example for yes or no question. Direct speech. Are you student? In this school? The teacher asked the boy. asked the boy. In other speech, the teacher. Sorry, I omitted the teacher. The teacher asked the boy. Okay. The teacher asked the boy if he was a student in that school. Why that's because last week when we talked about the change of adverbs and others, we said that this becomes that. The reason why we change this into that. We go to the next point, the second aspect of question. The second aspect of question, which is WH words question. WH words question. WH words question. What does it mean? WH words question. I put here in parentheses questions. Question set with the question words or interrogative words like when, where, what, how, etc. How do we report this kind of question? In the case of WH word question, we don't insert anymore if or whether, but we continue with the question words as you have it in this example. Direct speech. I open the inverted comma. Where did you go yesterday? Where did you go yesterday? Where did you go yesterday? My sister wanted to know. My sister wanted to know. Now, indirect speech. As already said, we don't use anymore if or whether. My sister wanted to know. Where? Now we continue. Where I had the simple past becomes past perfect. Where I had gone the day before. When you refer to the change of adverbs, yesterday becomes the day before or the previous day. Where I had gone the day before or the previous day. Okay. Another example. The teacher asked the students teacher asks the student, inverted comma, when will you buy the new English book? The new English book. That's the question of the teacher. Now into indirect speech. This one is a direct speech. Now indirect speech. In the indirect speech, the teacher asks the student when they ask the student is in plural, when they would buy the new English book. Okay. In this case, I'm going to give you a rule for this particular case. After the introductory verb, mean asked, wanted to know, and the others, we have plus WH words, now plus what? Plus subjects, plus verb, and all the rest. It's a kind of rule for this particular case. Then I think it's enough for today. And next time we are going to continue, but I'm going to give you homework. Practical exercise for next time. Then the following sentences into indirect speech. I'll give you one. He said, I am very tired today. I'm very tired today. Number two. Kojo said, we went to the beach. Last weekend. Number three. The girl asked Kojo, will you travel next week? Number four. Where did you buy this nice belts. What do you buy these nice belts? The boy asked his friend. The boy asked his friend, and number 5, and the last one. Number 5. The woman said, I didn't wake up on time. Then it's enough. Then you have to try this one for next week. Okay, as summary for today, we started with the change of pronouns, and after the change, we started the word properly speaking, how to report a statement, also called affirmative sentence, for instance. And before reporting everything, it's very important to pay attention to the reporting verb. Now, if you are going to report a statement, there is no problem. Just pay attention to the reporting verb and you see whether changes are possible. If yes, you go straight to the point. Now, where we have the problem is the case of reporting of questions. Here we have 2 types of question in English: yes or no question, also called question with auxiliaries. In this case, while reporting the question, we insert if or whether in the sentence, and all the different change, you pay attention, and there is a change, you do it, and we continue. And the second point is the reports of WH word question. What do you mean by WH word question? WH word question are questions that are stated using question words or interrogative words as when, why, when, where, how, what, and so on and so forth. But in this particular case, the if or whether that we inserted while reporting yes or no question disappear. We don't have it anymore here, but we continue after the introductory verb. We continue with the WH word, and if there is a change, then you do it and we continue. Thank you very much. Before dealing with the exercise, I beg your pardon. You have to go thoroughly the notes, revise your tenses and all the your irregular verbs, and everything will be easier for you. Thank you very much and see you next week. Goodbye.